What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to MUCC. Yes, indeed, MUCC Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Krauser, and Krauser wanted to see me react to this song by MUCC called Zetsubou. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Yuki no Sai. Sure, why not? And the video has 124,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. MUCC 03, I guess this is the third song of the set. Zetsubou, Budokan 666. Okay. Whatever, man. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I have a feeling, I could be wrong about this, but I have a feeling this song was a big hit for them. Just something about it is just screaming hit song. I think it's the switching between the lighter approach to the heavier approach, and being signified more than anything else between the switch in tone in the guitar from that twangy, very, very light distortion, high treble tone to a full-blown crunch guitar tone. And the rest of the band following suit, between approach in the drums, playing a little more on the lighter side, and then when he switches to the crunchy patch, getting a lot more aggressive in the playing. Same thing with the bass playing. Same thing within the vocals. Everything's it feels like everything's kind of revolving around the guitar player and what the guitar player is doing with his guitar tone. He's leading the charge without question. But having that flip between those two keeps the song fresh. It keeps the song engaging. And I don't know, man, just something tells me this song's a hit for them. I dig it. I'm digging the tune without question. Vocally, keeping it from a notational standpoint, from a pitch standpoint, keeping it relatively simple, but the delivery, the rapid delivery that we're hearing, especially in certain spots where it really turns up. Gotta say, it's clean. It sounds good. I have absolutely no idea what he's saying, but it's being very well delivered and with purpose. So it's very pleasing to the ear what he's doing. The energy and the drive on the song are undeniable. I like everything I'm hearing, honestly. One thing I want to mention, the guitar player. I've never noticed this before. It looks like, this might be the first time I've seen this show though. Playing barefoot. I got no issue with that. I got no problem with it. All I'm going to say is, and this is for other musicians out there who are thinking about doing the same thing or are currently doing the same thing, be careful. Electricity is a very real thing. Make sure everything is wired properly. Make sure everything is grounded properly, because I cannot tell you how many musicians have had incidents and accidents, and there's even been deaths where people have played barefoot, or not even barefoot, but things are not grounded and things are not wired properly. And the next thing you know, you grab a mic stand or your barefoot touches a pedal, while touching a mic stand, or, it can be any number of things. And the next thing you know, you've got an insane amount of ampage going through your body. It's not the volts that'll kill you. It's not the volts. It's the amps. And if you're not careful, boy, if things are not wired properly, not grounded properly, you're going to be in for a real shock. No pun intended. I think one of the best stories ever is Ace Frehley. Before they went wireless, he was still playing, with a cable. And there were a couple of shows where he was, coming down those steps during, I think it was during the Destroyer tour, or maybe during the Rock and Roll Over or Love Gun tour, where he had those lighted steps, and he's walking down them, and he kind of lost his footing, and he grabbed the handrail. And the next thing you know, he's on the ground, just getting electrified. He's lucky to be alive today. He is. Luckily, I think the circuit breaker popped. And as a result, that literally saved his life. But it's a very real thing, guys. Electricity is no joke. And if you're going to play barefoot, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be very careful and make sure everything's wired properly. Otherwise, it may not end well for you. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get back into the song. Got that bass rattle. I love it. For this style of song, very appropriate. songwriting standpoint, kind of a cross between Korn and Slipknot.
いつかがダメなんて言葉を聞き飽きた希望なんて言葉から掴んで口にする偽善者を添えたから孤独しか存在しないこの場所で何を求めればいい一方しか存在しないこの場所で何を探せばいいではいつかが嫌う言葉を聞き飽きた希望なんて言葉から掴んで口にする偽善者を選択ない孤独しか存在しないこの場所で何を求めればいい希望しか存在しないこの場所で何を探せばいいはい、good sir.
Okay. That little break. Nice. Ending kind of left you hanging a little bit. Jun, 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 jun. Interesting. Overall, though, very, very well done. It sounded good. I liked the groove. Kind of gave me like a cross between Korn and Slipknot in their approach to the song. That's interesting. It felt good. I don't know. So, something tells me this was a big hit for them. I don't know why, but something tells me it was. I'm going to need MUCC fans to let me know if I'm right in that assumption or not. Okay, let me get my thoughts together. Let me come up with a score, and I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was MUCC with a tune called, I believe it's pronounced, Zetsubou. This was a request from Krauser. Okay, I had to think about this a little bit because I had to take a number of things into account. But I did, thought about it, got a score, and let's get to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that overall presentation a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, 7.3. What does that mean? Well, it means it would equate out to a 7.3 would be a really good skill rating. Overall, I think this is a really good song and a really good presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.3, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, if I'm being honest, out of all the songs I've heard from MUCC on the channel so far, I think it's safe to say that this is, believe it or not, I know this sounds cliche, but I think this might be my favorite song I've heard from them on the channel so far. It's got a nice groove to it. I love the fact that the whole world seems to revolve around what the guitar player is doing with his guitar tone. Every time he would switch up the guitar tone, the entire song, the entire feel of the song and direction of the song would change with it. When he went to that twangier guitar tone, the song got lighter, the song got brisker, the song got a little thinner to fit what was happening within the guitar tone. But the minute that the guitar player switched guitar tones and went to that thicker, crunchier tone, the entire song got heavier as a result. It's not just the guitar player. It was everybody. It was the drummer getting heavier handed and more aggressive with his playing. It was the bass player getting more aggressive with his playing. Vocally even, the approach got, it got heavier when the guitar tone got heavier. The delivery happened more rapidly and more intensely. So it just felt to me like the entire world revolved around what was happening within the guitar tone. Not even what the guitar player was playing. It was strictly revolving around the guitar tone. That was interesting. You don't hear too many songs do that. It was a nice little paradigm shift from what you usually hear from bands who, well, they'll change gears around what the guitar player plays, but not so much around what the guitar tone is doing. So that was an interesting little switch up. Everybody sounded really good across the board. In particular, the bass with that rattly bass tone that he had. Really nice, very appropriate for the style of song. I kind of got the feeling this song was kind of a cross between Korn and Slipknot. The Slipknot was really more happening within the vocal delivery at times, focusing less on notation and more on rapid delivery, kind of like what Corey Taylor does. But at the same time, with the bass having the bass rattle and the thick guitar tone, single guitar tone of like what Korn had. It was interesting. It was well done. I have no issue with the songwriting or with the song execution. I'll be honest with you. I would put the song probably somewhere about 7.5, 7.6. But I'm giving this a 7.3. What happened there? Well, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm going to say, so say it with me, kids. Say it out one time. A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. And I hate to say it, but in this case, the live show kind of hurt the score a little bit. Let's go down the checklist. Let's see how many boxes they checked off, and you'll see where I'm coming from on this. Stage presence. Check. Yeah, they look like performers. They act like performers. They got good stage presence. I'm not worried about that. Stage energy. I am gonna give it a check, but it's a weak check. I've seen better stage energy from these guys. Just from them, I've seen on their own. I've seen better stage energy. So it was there kinda, but I've seen better. Stage interaction, zilch, zero, nada. There was nothing happening as far as stage energy goes. Crowd interaction. Nothing definite. I think crowd interaction may have happened by default simply because the lead vocalist was leering. But I don't think he was leering with any intent for the crowd, because I never really saw him look into the crowd, like with intent. I think it was very gradual, not gradual, very casual. It just kind of happened by accident. There was nothing that really screamed, I'm looking into the crowd. It just kind of happened to be glancing. So I'm not going to give it the check. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't feel that there was any real intention there. And nothing was happening with anybody else in the band as far as crowd interaction goes either. Nobody was pointing. Nobody was interacting. Nobody was gesturing. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to give it the check this time. I'm just not. Let's see. Showmanship. Yeah, I'll give it that. I'll give it the check for that. A lot of posturing, in particular from the bassist. Between having the wide stance to coming upright, feet together, neck up on the bass, and then coming back down again. Yeah, there's definitely some showmanship there happening, and the same thing with the vocalist. The vocalist was doing some good gestures, some good movement and motion, staying in place, but still, moving his upper body around. I'll give it the showmanship check, yes, but that's about all I can do with that. Production, I think the lighting was designed. I think looking at what was happening within the lighting and within the song, having those points where it goes dark, and then having the spotlights going on certain individuals at specific times, I do believe the lighting was designed to go with the song. So I'll give it the check. It helped. Kept it from a 7.2. So yeah, that's how I'm coming up with a 7.3. From a live performance standpoint, it was not their best by any stretch. It's actually pretty weak. But the song definitely, being the focus, it sounded good. So, but unfortunately, we did go from, like I said, about 7.5, 7.6. I'm leaning honestly more toward that 7.6. We did come down to the 7.3 because of the lack of a live show. In closing, I am curious, was this song a big hit for them? It sounds like it could be. It's got all the right things. It's got all the right parts. It's got all the right positioning and the right parts coming together within the song itself. The instrumentation, the sound, the direction, the groove. It sounds like this could have been a big hit for them. It's got the hooks. It's got all the right moving parts. So I'm curious to hear from MUCC fans. Was this a big hit for them? I believe it could have been. It'll be interesting in the comments to see what MUCC fans say. I wouldn't be shocked if they said yes. I'll be surprised if they say no. I'm being honest with you guys. I'll be shocked if it wasn't. But in any case, for the overall presentation, a 7.3. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.3, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope that was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.